Welcome to Martini Time and following the Dharma trail, so to speak. And I'm going to do something a little lighter tonight. We've been talking about victims the last few nights, the mass shooting, how the victims, the children, are rising up and saying, we don't want to be victims anymore. We don't like being a victim, being slaughtered, the innocent slaughters. We refuse to be slaughtered. But anyway, I'm going to talk about our inner child today. And I have a 78-year-old teddy bear. My mother saved it. His eye fell off. I have to get it sewed back on. But he's kind of patched up. It looks like somebody sewed his feet have been stitched, and he's lost a little hair, and he's kind of wobbly. But anyway, he's my inner child. He's a metaphor for my inner child. Let's put it there. I mean, that's what a metaphor is. A metaphor is, it's not a real bear, or it's not a real child. It is a real child. So the metaphor holds these two opposite ideas that have different frames of references and holds them together and creates energy. Now, our inner child is energy. It's available energy. It's joyous energy. We all love children. Because when we're with a child, we feel that joyous energy, that excitement, that wonder, that clarity, that innocence, that freshness, that abundance. Yeah, that's why Jesus said you can't get into the kingdom of heaven unless you go as a little child. So the question is, well, okay, now I'm an adult. Now I'm 81 years old. See, how do I get in touch with my inner child? You see, well, today I kind of got excited on this today because a friend of a friend who lives in England makes teddy bears, and so she sent me some pictures, and so I sat down and instead of taking a nap, I just started writing these little poems, and I was really writing them to my teddy bear, to my teddy. The ones I'm writing to her teddies are a little different. But I'll read some of them to you. So let me put Teddy down here. Keeping up. And so these were teddy bear songs. And so through my years, I have grown big, and now I grow small. But my teddy and me never change. Going on. Frayed and in need of a button, my teddy is. But together we are timeless. Right? My mother saved my teddy from the dump, so when I grew up I could find my child again. Going, teddy bears are forever. Furry hugs of unconditional love. When I was a child I carried my teddy. Now as I am old, my child carries me. Teddy sits in the corner laughing at my fears that my inner child will someday disappear. I like that one. My teddy gives me entrance to the kingdom of heaven where only children can enter. So you see, I'm really in these poems, as I kind of like analyze things as I do, I'm writing to my inner child. I'm speaking to it. I'm inviting it. I have forgotten my childhood in the fog of time. Teddy brings the bright sun to clear my original face. Sewn and patched, my teddy wears time with a silent smile of inner peace. As a child, I dragged my teddy by his arm, and now he drags me to our secret place we hid from harm. I'm even rhyming some. When I'm buried and gone, put my teddy in my arms, for then my dream will be sweet and we will wake for another life of play. I like that one too. My wife said something you were sad, like the end of my days, but I don't think so. Don't think me foolish for keeping my teddy bear. I will not abandon my child. When I lost my joy, I followed my teddy to my treasure. Teddy is an alchemist who transmutes the base metal of adulthood into child's play. And the last one, my teddy sits in silence so I can remember the source of my joy. Be still and know, says my wise old toy. Okay, well, enough of that. I had fun doing that today because when I speak to my inner child, it's creative. So, and we all have, our inner child is taking a nap or he's at play, but he's always there if you invite him, if you address him, if you ask him to come out, you see. And so the inner child is, even that, the inner child's just a word. And the teddy bear is, let me bring my teddy back. You see, this children, you give a child a teddy bear, and the child holds the teddy bear and loves that teddy bear because the teddy bear gives the child's heart something to hold. So love needs something to hold that's physical, that you can feel, you see. But the metaphorical significance of it is that the child knows it's not a real bear. But the child's heart knows it's a real bear, you see. So it is a bear, it isn't a bear. And that's the magic of the metaphor, so that we need that. It holds, the metaphor holds energy, like this battery holds energy. You see, you have a positive pole and a negative pole, right? So the metaphor of the teddy bear is that it is a bear, it isn't a bear. The metaphor of the battery, that you could say this battery is a metaphor for a metaphor, in the sense that, it's actual battery, but it also points to something beyond it that I'm using here. Because the battery, as metaphor, holds the is a bear, it isn't a bear. And it holds these two opposites together, these opposite ideas that have a different frame of reference. It holds them together. And by holding together the opposites, the tension of the two opposites held creates energy. So the battery has real energy. You can turn on a light with it. It may be dead now, but you see what I mean. You can turn on that has potential energy. So the inner child, as metaphor, has potential energy that can be released. And when energy is released, we experience it as joy, as creativity, as engagement, as passion. This is energy released. Energy held is pain. Energy contained is a pain body. I write about this a lot with Eckhart Tolle. The pain body. The pain body is a lockbox held in place by a story of me being a victim. Let me say that again. The pain body is your energy, your child, your free potential energy held in a lockbox. And the key is the story of me being a victim that holds it in, you see. So if you want to release your inner child, if you want to release your joy, your creativity, your response instead of your reactivity, your inner peace, your ideas, you see. If you want to release that, you have to address, you have to go where your child is locked up. It's locked up in the basement of our pain. And our pain is held in the basement by our story of me and my victimhood. Oh, he did it to me, my mother, my father, the world, my job, my boss, my wife, my husband, the kids, the whole thing. All of that, you see, is the cause of my misery, you see. And that is the story that holds my child, my potential energy, locked up inside in a lockbox. Remember the election with Al Gore and Bush, and it was all about Social Security being in a lockbox. And then but anyway, so I'm just trying to throw a little different light on this victimhood here we're looking at here, is that what's in our lockbox but our Teddy, our inner child. And it's potential energy, it's free energy, but it's locked up and held in place by time and our story and woe is me and he did it and they did it and I can't do anything and yada, 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 yada. I'm a victim, you see. I'm a victim, and that is what locks our inner child up, you see. But it's just energy. It's your energy. It's like your Social Security. I mean, you paid for it. It's your money. You see, the energy in your pain is your energy. It's your free energy, but it's locked up in a story of time. So the spiritual practice, the Dharma trail, is discovering how to release that energy, how to get detached from the story of me, how to get detached from the pain of me and my history and my karma and who did it and my regrets and oh that and oh that and oh that, you see. As time goes on, it piles up in a great weight and we get stooped and we get old, you see, because of the weight of the story of me on our inner child, who's buried in a lockbox, buried alive in a coffin in the storehouse of our mind. Let him out. Thanks for dropping in.